Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh. I want to do another installment in my series on the ABC. The ABC, what they didn't teach you in nursery school. Now, today we're going to be looking at the letter P. Remember, in apple, A is for apple, and we've had aim for fruit is the first letter. The second letter is P, A-P, and then of course it's going to be PLE, but today we're on P, and please, P stands for a very simple little phrase. It is plan your orchard. Plan the orchard. The orchard is your life. It's the place where things grow. It's the place where you grow. So there's two ways to learn, actively and passively. Now, most of us actively work day by day. However, in Africa and in ancient civilizations, the tribes understood passive living. Instead of going out every day to find fruit in the forest, they would select a tree in the forest and plant it in the center of the village. One walnut tree can produce enough food for a very large family for a whole year. In our modern society, it's become the norm to go out to work and to work hour by hour. But our ancestors understood better how life works. They farmed and they planted orchard. And the work of planting trees is hard work. And the benefits do not seem to appear immediately. But later, the trees, after they're carefully pruned, produce more fruit that can be consumed by a whole family. For years, I was happy to work as a carpenter for a good hourly rate. However, after 25 years, I was still earning an hourly rate. And then there came a time when I had to sit down and do the maths. You also need to understand how life works and what are the rules of the game, as you might say. You may never plant a tree in your life, although I think really everybody should plant real fruit trees. But you could plant the seeds of a profitable career. You may need to dig deep and it'll cost you a great deal of hard work and patience. But remember, the bigger the tree, the bigger the harvest. Sometimes I play chess with people who have hardly ever played. They don't understand the basic rules of the game or the standard moves of chess. They have my sympathy. But in a serious game, they would usually get firmly beaten. Many people are like this about life. They do not take the time to understand the rules of the game. They do not understand the basic moves of the game of life. And they don't understand the process of setting up a business or winding one down. Most people have a dream of owning their own business, but of those who try it without understanding the rules, the number that fail is alarming. Very large numbers of people start and fail. They bundle along hoping that something good will happen, hoping that something wonderful will happen to them. Perhaps winning the lottery, but this is not how life works. If you cannot turn £100 into £200, then what would you do with £1,000,000? Would you spend it? It's time to wake up and smell the coffee and to learn the rules of the game and to work out how to win. It's very interesting when you talk about the lottery to people and they say, oh, if I won £1,000,000, I know what I would spend it on. That's not what to do. First of all, you shouldn't be doing such a foolish thing as a lottery because the odds against you are so hugely enormous. Millions upon millions upon millions of people will never win. That's not a good plan. But those who do win the lottery, if they understand how life works and how money works, they won't spend it at all. They'll invest it. Now you see, and they will seek to bring in a profitable return. Now, most people are vague in making plans, but you need to be very clear. You may be saying that your orchard is full of weeds or trees that are not bearing fruit. I understand what you mean. It's impossible to clear an orchard in one bound, but you can make a start. You can face one problem at a time, and you can make a start today. You can be proactive. Some problems are too big for you alone, and it's important to swallow your pride and to get the help you need. Set up a small team of people to deal with the major life problems. One of the things I did learn from my carpentry days was that it was always profitable to take time to sharpen the tools before you start. What, every day, people say? Oh yes, the more you sharpen, the easier it is to cut, and the quicker the work is done with the least effort. So taking your time to hone your skills and tools always pays off. It's never a waste of time. In deciding what to plant, it's important to find out what fruit you like to eat. Now that may sound very obvious, but how many people set out in life without knowing what the destination will be like? And how many people start courses without talking to people who've done the course, or even finding out if the course leads to profitable employment? So begin to plant when you have a clear idea of what tree that you want to grow in your life. When making your decisions, remember that 80% of decisions need to be made immediately, and delay is only ever justified if more information is necessary in order to make a good decision. In your garden, there needs to be the main plant. That's the big thing. The big thing in the center of your garden is the main plant. It is the single main tree that will produce the most fruit. You need to choose what that tree is going to be. You may call it your life purpose tree. Your life purpose tree. When you've decided what that is, write it down on a small card and put it in a place where you can refer to it every day. Put it in your wallet. Look at it. Think about it. Johnny Cash used to sing the words of this popular song. He used to sing. I won't try and sing it for you because it's not raining just yet. But it says, "My mother used to tell me I should take it slow. The pace is not what matters. It's the direction that you go. So keep your feet upon the ground and your eye upon the goal. You'll have all the joy a heart can ever hold." You see that now? It's not about how fast you do anything. It's about whether you're going in the right direction. Now, if you're a Christian, then your objective is to find out what is God's purpose for your life, not just in a general sense, but specifically. What does the Lord want you to do with your life? What is your mission, your unique purpose in life? What is your tree? All the great men or women of faith seem to be compelled by one thing, the overriding sense of knowing God's direction in their life. It gave them purpose. It gave them direction. And of course, they already had the determination. Paul said famously, "This one thing I do." He was unconquerable. He was irresistible. What was it that drove Gladys Aylward? What was it that drove forward Hudson Taylor against insurmountable obstacles? What was it that took David Livingstone into the very heart of undiscovered Africa? What was it that drove Mary Slessor? You need to look at these people. You need to understand what was the driving force, and you need to find out what you want to do, and you need to write it out and work out what it's going to cost you, and then decide to pay the price. Got that? You also can set mini objectives that can be achieved in, say, 1 week or 12 weeks or 1 year or 3 years. Some people are very focused, but but they forget everything except their one focus. Don't be like that. Keep a balance between your personal, family, and work life. It's always important to keep a balance. Now, you need to begin with this issue of your major definite purpose. I remember reading the story of Gladys Aylward. She wanted to become a missionary to China. She saved up a penny a day. Every day she saved a penny, and she collected the pennies so she could afford the train fare to go there. See that? But you know, all the time she was there, she had a feeling that there was something greater yet. And of course, when the Japanese invaded and people came to her for protection, and hundreds of children came looking for someone to look after them, then she found her major definite purpose. And she never gave up on that purpose. When she did rescue the children, she did deliver them from slavery, but she discovered that the great thing of her life was that she loved children. That was her thing. Well, we look forward to catching up with you on our next episode. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye for now.